Welcome to another episode of In the Spotlight with JJ Pope, where we dive deep into the stories, sounds, and inspiration behind today's most exciting artists. I'm your host, JJ Pope, and on today's show, we have a very special guest, a rising star in the alt-rock scene whose music already captures hearts worldwide. At just 24 years old, Nia Tripp, a French-Canadian-born singer-songwriter with a voice reminiscent of the iconic 60s rock and folk legends, is about to release her debut single, Melody of the Muse, under the Enfuego music label. The song is an anthem of powerful figures that inspire her creative journey.
She's the one of this, I'm sure. I wish for words that dance and soar.
We'll talk about the makings of Melody of the Muse, the evolution of her sound, and how she's working with legendary producer Eric Smith-Gunn on her upcoming album. Nia's story is one of passion, transformation, and the magic that happens when artistry and inspiration come together. So, sit back, relax, and join me as we dive into the world of Nia Tripp, right here on In the Spotlight with JJ Pope. Welcome to the show, Nia. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
I've been hearing so much about this upcoming single, Melody of the Muse. It's getting a lot of hype.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's just dive right into it. So what inspired the song and what does it mean to you?
Melody of the Muse is such a personal track for me. It's an anthem celebrating people who inspire us as artists, the ones who fuel our creativity and help us find our voice. I mean, for me, it's a reflection of the way I've experienced my muse, that presence that guides me through moments of doubt and confusion. I think every artist has a special source of inspiration, whether it's a person, a feeling, or even a place. I mean, this song is my tribute to that.
I love the idea of a muse as both a guiding force and a source of power. I mean, I strongly believe in that.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
And the song definitely has this deep emotional core.
Appreciate it.
Speaking of deep emotions, I understand you're working on your debut album with Enfuego Music.
Yep.
And Eric Smith-Gunn is producing it. How has that process been so far?
Yes, I'm excited about the album, but I'm also a little nervous.
I see.
Yeah, I am. I just get that way sometimes. Working with Eric Smith-Gunn has been incredible. He has this way of taking my raw ideas and turning them into something bigger, like more expansive. His approach is very collaborative, and I feel that I've learned so much from him already. He's helped shape my sound in a way that feels authentic, but he's also pushed me to explore new territories, We're blending a lot of alt-rock with folk and even some 60s influences that you can hear in Melody of the Muse, but I think the album will have a wider range of emotions and sounds.
That's amazing. Yeah. So, how would you describe the overall tone of the album then? I mean, will we hear more of this soulful, reflective side from Melody of the Muse, or can we expect some surprises?
Oh, there will definitely be some surprises.
That's great. That's great.
Melody of the Muse is just the tip of the iceberg. While a lot of the album is introspective and reflective, there are moments of energy and rawness as well.
That's great. That's great.
I think it's important to showcase all sides of an artist, the quiet, vulnerable moments and the louder, bolder ones. I mean, I've got songs on the album that are more upbeat and experimental.
Yeah.
But the thread of the introspection will always run through it.
Yeah.
I mean, an album is a journey through the creative process, you know, the highs and lows of being an artist and the relationships that shape us.
I love that. Balancing the introspective with the bold and experimental.
Yeah.
That's great. So how do you feel about your sound evolving? I mean, you've got such a distinct style already. Do you see the album as a step into something new?
Yeah.
Or an expansion of your existing sound?
Good question. It's definitely an expansion.
I see.
I've always had this blend of old school influences with a modern twist, and I think this album reflects that even more.
For sure. For sure.
Working with Eric Swift Gunn has kind of helped me push boundaries of what I thought I could do.
Nice.
And I've been experimenting with different instruments and sounds that I really had never explored before. It's definitely a leap forward, but I still think it's very much me, you know? It's just a more refined version of who I am as an artist.
That sounds like it's going to be something special. I love it. Now, Melody and Muse drops in December, and fans are eagerly waiting. Now, I'm a music video junkie.
Okay.
So what can they expect from the music video, and how does it tie into the song's theme?
The music video is going to be visually driven. It'll be a bit of a journey, following the song's theme of searching for inspiration, finding light in moments of darkness, and ultimately connecting with the muse. It was a bit cold when we shot at this old abandoned cabin in Utah. And I kind of want the video to feel like an abstract representation of creativity with a lot of symbolic imagery.
Nice.
That I hope people will understand. There will be some surreal elements, but for the most part, it'll be pretty standard visuals.
I see.
We're almost stepping into a world of dreams and imagination, you know. It's all about visually representing that spark of inspiration and the process of bringing something, you know, into the world.
Very powerful. Yeah, very powerful.
Thank you.
Finally, Nia, looking ahead to 2025.
Yeah.
What do you hope people will take away from the album as a whole? And what's your message?
Okay.
You know, that you want to leave with your listeners?
I hope listeners feel understood and inspired.
Yeah.
I want them to see the vulnerability and the strength in the creative process, the struggles, the breakthroughs, and the moments of doubt that we all go through, no matter who we are.
Nice.
Above all, I want people to feel like they're not alone in their search for meaning or inspiration. Creativity is this beautiful, messy, transformative thing that I want the album to reflect all of that.
Mm-hmm.
If someone listens to it and feels inspired to create or connect with their own muse, then I have accomplished what I set out to do.
Nia, your music feels like a blend of so many creative worlds. While a lot of artists are inspired by their peers in music, you seem to draw from a much broader spectrum, painters, photographers, and musicians alike. How do artists like Basquiat or Caravaggio, Neil Young, and Tori Amos influence your music and your creative process?
That's another great question. For me, creativity isn't just about music. It's a way of looking at the world through different lenses.
Yeah.
I find a lot of my inspiration in the works of visual artists like Basquiat or Caravaggio.
Nice.
Basquiat's raw energy and abstract expressionism really speaks to me, especially how his work blends chaos with beauty.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his art tells a story without needing words. And I try to capture that same emotion in my music, letting the sound tell the story before I even put lyrics on it.
Nice.
Now with Caravaggio, I admire his use of light and shadows, how he captured such intense moments of emotion. I try to bring that same contrast into my music, balancing moments of darkness with bursts of light or energy or clarity.
I see.
As for musicians, Neil Young's work has always been a huge influence on me. His ability to be so raw and authentic in his music, especially his quieter, more introspective moments, really resonate with me deeply.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's something I strive for in my own songs. Vulnerability and honesty, even in the most stripped back tracks.
Yeah, for sure.
Tori Amos is another big one. Her ability to weave complex emotions into her lyrics and melodies is incredible. I feel like she's someone who doesn't hold back, and that's something I admire. Her music has a way of taking you to deep, sometimes very painful places, but always with a sense that you'll come out of it with a new perspective. That's how I want my listeners to feel, like they've gone on a journey and found something meaningful by the end of it.
Beautiful sentiment, Nia. Yeah, I like it. I think this album will resonate with so many people.
Yeah, thank you.
And I can't wait for it to come out. Thank you so much for joining me
Appreciate
today.
it.
I'm excited to see where your journey takes you.
It's been a pleasure. And I am grateful for all the support. And I can't wait for everyone to hear the music. It's really exciting. And yeah, thank you.
And that wraps up another episode of In the Spotlight with JJ Pope. A huge thank you to Nia Tripp for sharing her journey with us today. Her passion for music, her creative process, and her deep connection to her muse are truly inspiring. Make sure you check out Melody of the Muse, dropping this December, and keep an eye out for her upcoming album, produced by Eric Smith Gunn, which promises to take us on an unforgettable ride through her world of sound and creativity. Remember, you can always find us on all major podcast platforms, so don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review if you enjoyed today's show. As always, stay tuned for more incredible stories and conversations with artists who are shaping the music industry. I'm JJ Pope, and you've been listening to In the Spotlight. So, until next time, keep shining, keep creating, and always keep inspiring.